Well, good day, everyone. Welcome to Around South Jersey. My special guest today is Gerard Velazquez, who is the president of the authority, right? Well, good
Cumberland County
day,
Improvement
everyone.
Authority,
Welcome
yes.
to Around South Jersey. Say that again.
Cumberland County Improvement Authority,
Okay.
yes.
That's great. Tell everybody what is encompassed in the Improvement Authority.
So first and foremost, we're the landfill operator. So we operate the county's landfill, and then we're also the county's economic and redevelopment arm. So new businesses that come to the county, development that needs to be done in the county, shared services, you name it, pretty much here to implement projects and bring new businesses to the county as much as we can.
I was watching your economic development director. Tell us a little bit about him, and the numbers were fabulous that you guys do.
Yeah, so Dylan just started. Dylan Woldert. He's originally from the Hopewell area, his family. He has actually a master's degree from University of Penn, so super
great.
smart. Has been with us for about 6 months, doing a great job. And he was talking about, we did an annual report. The annual report was full of good information. We've actually completed about 60 projects, 54 projects over the last 10 years, $662 million, $1 billion worth of economic impact. And the economic impact is a function of not only the projects, but also the folks that work at the projects. When someone comes in and they're a contractor or a construction worker, they're going to the Wawa, they're going to the supermarket on the way home, they're buying things in town, plus the full-time jobs that are created. So all those numbers get compiled. There's a specific formula that's used, and we come up with a $1 billion impact over the 10-year period that we've been implementing projects. So that's a big deal for us. It's a big number. A lot of times people don't quite understand all the things we do. The purpose of the authority is to implement projects and get these things done behind the scenes, so we're not out there, being the cheerleader for ourselves. More so letting the communities in the county take advantage of the opportunities that we create.
What an amazing situation. And I mean, thank God for the authority for economic development for Cumberland County, because you are the economic development arm, right, for the county?
Yeah, we are. So there's been a $1 billion increase year over year for the last 3 years in our rateable base, which is a big number for Cumberland
That's
County.
great.
And again, we've had some pretty substantial wins over the last several years. So Sika, obviously Oatly, Milk Danone has been here. They've been expanding. Most recently, Lasan Pappas, right? So Lasan Pappas came to us as Project Airy, which was a code name. They were talking about, I got a referral from the state of New Jersey, Choose New Jersey, and they said, hey, we have a company, Project Airy. They like to consider coming to Cumberland County. Well, we didn't know it was actually the San Pappas, considering that they wanted to leave the county until about 2 months into the process.
Wow.
So they had a a site locator that they hired. The site locator was from Pennsylvania. Obviously, his intention was to get them to Pennsylvania.
Sure.
And we were having these conversations, and he was talking about, what Pennsylvania could do, what Pennsylvania could offer. The workforce in Pennsylvania, the price to build in Pennsylvania being better than, Jersey. And I said, well, hold on a minute. You're comparing North Jersey numbers to South Jersey
exactly.
numbers.
Good
So we
point.
started talking about, what FNS just did right across the street from us. We talked about what the food processors are doing throughout, the county. And I started telling them what the numbers were. And because we're developers and we build, we know what the numbers are. Brought Christy to the table, obviously from a workforce perspective. So what turned out to be a company leaving the county ended up being a company staying in the county, making an $80 million investment, 200 additional jobs. And that's a success story for us and Upper Deerfield. They can't say enough about their support. We bring them to the table. We make sure they don't leave, and then we bring everybody in to make sure that we close the deal. And the folks in Upper Deerfield were fantastic. Roy Spoltor, the mayor, the team out there. They have to put together the deal with the developer. The incentives from a tax pilot basis, and so all those things came together. And we did a good job. We kept them here, so that's a win for the county.
How many acres was it, Jerry? It's a large parcel, right?
Yeah, large parcel that they actually already owned.
Oh, I
So
see.
they actually bought. They're building on adjacent sites, so they purchased additional property, and they're building adjacent to their location. So, like I said, it's a big deal, big project.
It sure is. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I have property for sale in Upper Deerfield Township, and Roy Spaltour and the mayor have been really great. John Daddario, he's bigger than life. I love being around him. Do you know his brother Carmen?
Yes.
They are two of the nicest
I
people.
worked with Carmen when he was at the county.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
thought, 'cause he was a freeholder when
Yeah.
I was a freeholder. But yeah, just really good people, and enjoy John's personality. It's like I often say, John, along with like John Sorrentino, Rob Shannon, they could walk in a room and they just light up the room. They got such a great sense of humor, you know. They get you laughing and all that stuff. But Upper Deerfield, that's great to hear
Yeah.
that they're doing
Good
really
news,
well.
yes.
As also.
Yep.
So that's. Let me ask you, the public's jobs. Like I know you've done the Millville Library, you did the Vineland Police Building. Tell us some other things that you were involved with.
So we just finished the Millville Library. We're working on the fire station in Bridgeton. So we're taking the old city hall, renovating the old city hall, adding a building to that. So the old city hall will be where the people will be located, and then the addition will be essentially the apparatus bay for the trucks and everything, the equipment. So that's ongoing as we speak. Working on Upper Deerfield, the new school in Upper Deerfield, so we're going to put that together, bond that.
Oh wow!
That's about a $9 million project. That's a nice story too. So there's new state legislation that allows for schools to enter into leases that are more than 5 years. The current legislation only allows for a school to enter into leases that are on 5-year increments. The new legislation allows for that to be expanded. So we were able to put together a deal, the Improvement Authority, the county, the township, and the school board, whereby we bonded about $5 million. Total project's $9 million. They had a $4.5 million grant. So we're able to leverage the grant to make sure that they built the project and didn't have to give the money back. So that's the first time that legislation was used in the state of New Jersey.
That's fantastic. It's really wonderful. And I guess people would say, well, why did the city of Vineland come to you guys to do the police building? Why didn't they do it themselves?
So they come to us because for a couple. Number one, financially, it makes sense. It doesn't hit their debt service cap, which is a big deal for the
Right.
towns.
Gotcha.
Second, there's no down payment requirement if we issue the bonds. And third, because it's quote unquote right our project, we get to deal with all the crazy, right? So something goes wrong, the mayor Fernucci calls and says Jerry's fault. Contractor screws up, Jerry's fault.
Yeah. That's good.
So anything that goes wrong, Jerry's fault. So for the towns, it's a perfect opportunity to blame somebody else.
I guess there were some problems there, weren't there?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, we like doing this. It's great. The more personalities that get in the room when you're making decisions about what a building should look like, obviously the less people are happy at the end.
Talk about what the building should look like. It's funny. I've always thought, I don't know who put it in back in the 70s, I guess, Millville City Hall, to me, is an ugly building. And it was funny, what used to be at the very end of High Street was the old City Hall, and the police department was all in there. Beautiful brick building, just really, really nice. And my kids and I were out in Washington State on vacation, and they saw a building that was identical to the one we had in downtown Millville. They said, Dad, look how nice that building is. I said, yes. Millville, I don't know what, I guess it's functional what they have, but I just wasn't that thrilled with the look of that building. But what I did do was I got a guy to put a mural on the side of the building, so that made it look a little better. But, that happens. I don't know. I guess I'm old-fashioned. I like Deerfield Township, Upper Deerfield Township. I like that brick look, that goes along with it. But I guess a lot of it nowadays is cost. Well, speaking of cost, John Ruga, do you see what he's building?
Yeah,
Shoot.
building a lot. Never stops.
No, he doesn't.
Never
does he?
stops.
He's amazing.
No.
Wow.
No, he's got the data center going, so he's got the first phase of the data center, first of many phases, so that's moving along.
How many square feet is that supposed to be?
So ultimately, it's approved for more than 2 million square feet. So he's about 150,000 square feet in now, and lots going on every day. And he's just signed up Microsoft. That's a big deal, right?
Yeah, right.
People say a lot of things about data centers and how good or bad they are, but ultimately, from my perspective, it's a big deal for Cumberland County to A, have a data center, and B, have Microsoft and other large Fortune 500 companies utilizing facilities in the city.
One of the things, Jerry, that is difficult, because I had a fellow looking at my property in Upper Deerfield to put a data center on it, is getting the electric. Mm-hmm. And I know they're struggling because Blind Electric's there, and I guess Atlantic Electric is coming in some, but even with that, they had to put in natural gas line or something in order to generate more.
Yeah, he's using natural gas engines to actually create the first 300 megawatts of electricity. So,
I see.
It's again, John Ruga being as innovative as he could to get going and make sure that that didn't stop him. But energy infrastructure is a big issue throughout the state, and more specifically in Cumberland County. I mean, absent Vineland, obviously, which has its own utility, it's been difficult for us to make sure that we have the proper electrical infrastructure to get businesses here. So we actually, which I know we've talked about on the show before, we actually petitioned ACE. Well, it's a formal terminology, but we sued ACE to make sure that they paid attention to Cumberland County and had the proper infrastructure for us to implement projects. And it's been a long haul. I meet with ACE every other week. We talk about projects, and my job is to make sure that we talk about the projects that are happening in the communities to make sure that they're going to be connected when it's time for them to be connected. So it's been, like I said, it's when you don't pay attention to something for as long as they didn't pay attention, then it's hard to catch up.
Yeah.
So we're always trying to catch up. It's like any infrastructure. If you're 10 years behind, then you're 20 years behind.
Well, it's interesting, too. I don't know, do they buy their electric power? They don't generate their own, do they?
They being Violent?
No, being Atlantic Electric.
It's a combination. I mean, obviously, they got rid of a large producer, Beasley Point. So it's really a combination. No one is making all their electricity. I mean, except in
PSC&G.
New York, we're doing the water powered stuff. But
that's true too. Yeah, I forgot about that. We're talking with Gerard Velazquez, president of the Cumberland County Improvement Authority, the Authority, and we'll be back with more with Jerry right after these messages.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. With more than 41 years of service to our valued customers, Advanced Treads in Norman, New Jersey is South Jersey's full-service distributor of General Tires. We feature a complete line of passenger vehicle tires, light truck, farm, and commercial tires. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tires, anywhere is possible. Advanced Treads, 1325 West Landis Avenue in Norman, New Jersey. Call them today at 856-696-5004. When you need tires, there is only one name you can trust. Advanced Treads of Norman, New Jersey.
Looking for a hidden gem on the other Jersey Shore? Discover the Hotel Charlesworth in Fortescue, New Jersey, where charm meets elegance. Enjoy fine dining, breathtaking views of the bay, and the warm welcome of your host, Sybil. And ladies, every guest gets to pick a free piece of jewelry, most often a beautiful ring. Because perfection deserves privacy. Reservations only. Call 856-447-4928. The Hotel Charlesworth, Fortescue's best kept secret, on the other Jersey Shore, in Fortescue, New Jersey.
Did you know people litter less when their community is clean? Don't trash Cumberland County's future. At home, cover garbage and recycling cans. In your car, use litter bags to prevent trash and litter from flying out of the window. Also, keep your truck bed clear of trash and debris so our streets stay clean and hazard-free. And avoid single-use plastics such as straws and water bottles. Keep Cumberland County beautiful. Please don't litter. Visit theauthoritynj.com.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Gerard Velazquez, who is the president of the Cumberland County Improvement Authority. I hope you enjoyed their commercial. Very informative. And Jerry, one of the things that I know sometime we're going to get your recycling coordinator over, what's her name?
Samantha.
And tell people about how many tons of stuff do you recycle, do you know?
So it's a lot. It's 16 tons per week that comes in of recycled material. And then that goes through, we have actually an on-site plant that processes the recyclable materials, and then they bale them and then they sell them. We pay about $1.3 million a year for recycling, and then we actually provide that at no cost to the township. So when you put your trash out, it gets picked up, comes to the landfill, there's a tip fee. So the towns are paying for the tip fee of the trash, and they're paying for the service for the trash. They're paying for the service for the recyclable materials, but they're not paying for the tip, so it's all free.
That's
so
good.
We actually provide that as a shared service contribution back to the townships and the municipalities. So that's free on behalf of the operation of the authority, which people don't quite understand. When I first started here, so the market's changed. When I first started here, that'll be 13 years in April, which is crazy. We were generating revenue from the sale of the recyclable materials, and we were actually giving rebates back to the towns based on what the revenue was and based on the percentages that were coming in. But we haven't made money on recyclable material for probably 10 years. It's like the first 3 years I was here. But it's about $1 million a year, and like I said, we absorb that as part of our operation to help the municipalities keep their costs down.
Yeah, that's really very good.
Pick up trash on the side of the road. That's several
right.
tons
Yeah.
per month, which is crazy that we pick up several tons of trash
Oh my God.
per month on the side of the road, which is crazy.
Yeah, it sure is.
But it's something we do every day. We have a crew every day on the road somewhere, 3, 4, 5 people. On the roads picking up
my
roadside
goodness.
litter.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, there you see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a waterway cleanup. So those are volunteers that went out there and picked up trash along the waterway, and that's a once a year event, but we're picking up on a daily basis.
Yeah, the waterway cleanup.
That's Sam's World.
Or-
Sam's World.
Yeah. It's something. One of the things for what is the tipping fee now, Jerry, per ton?
Tipping fee plus or minus is about $90 a ton.
So I remember when it was 60. That's been a while back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we haven't increased our fee. This year we're going to have probably a 5% increase, but we try and we're like one of the top 3 lowest tip fees in the state of New Jersey.
Sure.
So we keep track of it. It's important for us to make sure that we keep the number down. We're as efficient as possible so that we can, keep our fee down. And obviously, to the extent we can help the municipalities, the residents, it benefits everybody to keep that cost down. Not an easy job. The folks at the landfill, the men and women at the landfill, work extremely hard. Our landfill's probably one of the nicest landfills, not only in the state, but in the country, in the world. We've had people visit from Spain, from Portugal, Iceland, all over to come take a look at our landfill, take a
Wow.
look at our operation, take a look at the technology that's being used. We generate electricity from the methane gas, so we actually collect the methane gas, transfer it over to 3 methane gas engines, and they generate about 3.5, almost 4 megawatts of electricity. Our plant, our facility, our office is all supported by and run by the methane gas that we generate. So it's a big deal. We have a treatment plant. We have a direct discharge permit, which is the only one in the state of New Jersey, which allows us to treat on site and then directly discharge to a basin. So that's a big deal as well. And we have a evaporator that helps us to evaporate the leachate. So again, lots of technology, lots of advanced technology that helps us do a better job of running the landfill and making sure that there are no odors at the landfill. It's a big deal, obviously. Today's world, you hear a lot about landfills and odors, and from other communities, and we don't have
never
that
had
issue.
that, have you? Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
wonderful. I tell the story. The only time I ever had my life threatened was when I was on the freeholder board. I think it was 1984.
Yeah, we opened the landfill in '86. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it was 85, something like whatever we cited where the landfill was going to be, it was Deerfield Township. And the funny thing for me was I was speech therapist in Deerfield Township for many years, so I knew everybody, got along well with them and everything like that. But as soon as I voted to place the landfill in Deerfield Township, those people didn't know anymore. Although one guy did, he called and threatened my life. Actually, I was on TV on a Sunday night, and he said, when you walk out of that studio, I'm going to blow your head off. I said, okay, thank you very much. And that was for $8,000 a year. $8,000, man. That was the big salary that I received as a freeholder.
Raking it in.
But I'll tell you what, flip that over now, and I'm sure the residents of Deerfield Township will tell you they are pleased to have the landfill.
We hope so. It depends what day of the week, but
You don't have any odor. So.
the good news is not many people know we're there, so that's the good news,
yeah,
right?
it is. Who's the mayor of Deerfield now?
Abby O'Brien.
Still? Okay,
yeah.
she has been for quite a while. That's good. In fact, Joe Spracio's wife, Vicki, is on the township committee. Do you know Joe Spracio?
I do.
Oh, my God. He's one of my favorite people. Just really like that guy. It was funny, all the years I served in government between the city and the county, I was single most of those time, so I'd get done the meeting and then I'd go to Winfield's or I'd go to Town Tavern or something like that to get something to eat after the meeting. Well, when Joe got on, he would go with me. So I had a partner. We used to go back and forth. One time Winfield's, the other time Town Tavern. Have you been to Town Tavern?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it's similar to the coach room.
Yes.
That's what they used to get. Jose, the chef, the coach room is at the Town Tavern. And if you want someplace, folks, what's neat, they have a fabulous salad bar and a dessert bar on top of it. So you can't beat that combination. One of those good things to have around. But we're talking with Gerard Velazquez about the Cumberland County Improvement Authority, the recycling, all the good things they do. And how you have a crew that just goes out every day and picks up trash?
Every day.
Wow.
Every day. Take the van out every day. There's 4 or 5 people that go out in the van and pick up trash all over, miles and miles per month. I put my report together every month, so it's 50, 60 miles, road miles every month, and they just every day pick a different road. Folks call in, and it's a combination of hot spots and places where we have issues, and we go out there and do that. Yeah.
Well, it's a shame, that
Yeah.
people litter, but
Yeah, it's terrible.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like, guys, keep your litter and put it in a trash can.
Yeah.
Nice to do, but, well, thank God you have that. And where does the money for that come from, the landfill?
So it comes, one, that's important to note. So the entire Improvement Authority operation is self-funded by revenue that we collect from the landfill and revenue we collect from our rents, from the buildings that we own, and developer fees. So zero taxpayer money. We do get a grant, a pass-through grant, so the county receives 2 grants, a Clean Communities grant and a RE grant. They're about 60,000 total. The total program for us costs us probably triple that. So it supports, the grant supports the operation, but we support the balance of it through our revenue that we collect. And, again, it's all, we did development in the cities when I was in Philly and everywhere. You get graffiti, you have to clean it up, because if you don't clean it up, then there's more graffiti, right? So same thing with the roads. If we're out there cleaning the roads and, people are less inclined to throw things out the window, not that they don't, because they still do, but they're less inclined if you're keeping everything neat. And again, we don't get everything every day, but we do our best.
Wow. Well, I know Cumberland County has like 500 miles of roads. I was in charge of the road department. The county itself, not besides. So I guess basically you're doing county roads, right?
Yeah, county roads. Yeah, and again, sometimes it's with the help of the municipalities, or Sam's working with the cleanup crews and local public works. It really depends on what the circumstances are. To the extent we can work with local municipalities and townships to get some things done, we do that as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking with Gerard Velazquez, president of the Cumberland County Improvement Authority. We'll be back with Jerry right after these messages.
A good roof is easy to forget. So why not keep it that way? Why not say no thank you to that $10,000 quote on a new roof? And why not help the planet while you're at it? With Peak 301, you can keep a good roof going or give an old roof a new beginning. The application starts at the surface to defend against everyday damage. But the science doesn't stop there. It works its way through every single part of every single shingle to reactivate the most basic building blocks. And unlike other treatments, Peak 301 actually corrects the chemistry that causes decay. The result? A carefully crafted, all-natural, planet, people, pet-friendly reset for your roof. So you can forget about it again. Call your Peak 301 Southern New Jersey certified applicator, Rejuvenated Roofs, today for a free estimate at 856-326-0047.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Gerard Velazquez, president of the Cumberland County Improvement Authority, is my guest. And Jerry, you go way back. The first job, you were director of the Empowerment Zone in Cumberland County?
Yeah, I was the first director back in 2000 when it just got funded, when it first got funded. So I've been in, and prior to that, I was in the county working what was then Tri-County, then now Gateway, so with Albert Kelly.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what
and
you
before
did.
that, I was at Rural Opportunities, so we built the farm labor housing on the boulevard
Okay.
when I was there. So I've been around pretty much my whole career. I left Cumberland County for 3 to 4 years to go work in Philly, but for my professional career has been, pretty much here in Cumberland County.
Well, I got to tell you, folks, this guy is good. He does a great job. And I tell the story that I was so happy. I was a freeholder probably about 7, 8 years, 9 years ago, whatever it was. and I was on the South Jersey Development Council, and we had our meeting, and I'm sitting there, and the guy from Ocean City has one of the freeholders from Ocean City. He has the amusement piers down there. I'm trying to think of his name. But anyway, he speaks up. He goes, "Hey, Jim, I want to tell you what a great job Gerard Velazquez and the Improvement Authority is doing for us in Cape May County." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, tell them what you did in Cape May County."
We did the Kmart project in Cape May County. That was our first project in Cape May. The
And Rio
redevelopment
Grande.
of the Kmart, Rio
Yeah.
Grande. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they were just thrilled. They said, "My God, it's booming. We're doing really well." And everything was taken care of by the Cumberland County Improvement Authority.
What's funny, so the model for that was 275, which is our project that we have on Delsey Drive. So they said, "Hey, we're going to lease this building. What do you think?" I said, don't lease the building, buy the building." And so we started having a conversation about our building, what we do in our building, and what we had done at the time. And they actually took the idea and actually did better than we did, had more financing available, and actually put the project together, and they did a nice job. It worked out really well because they have the beer garden, they got the bowling alley, they got a lot of things going on out there. They got the VA center, and they still have private. They have to, like, because it's a farm and garden or out there, so it turned out to be a really nice project. And we still do a lot of work at Cape May. We have the pleasure and the benefit of working both in Cape May and in Salem County. Both of those counties have been very good to us from a partner perspective. A lot of confidence in what we do. So we're actually working on the Cape May City Police Station.
Oh, that's
So
great.
Cape May City hired us. Eastland Theater just hired us to help them implement renovations. We did the library, public library in Cape May. So lots of things happening in Cape May that we're
That's-
working on. And
That's great.
yeah.
And that's what you call shared service and cooperating with other counties. And I know Ben Laurie always speaks highly of Jerry and the Cumberland County Improvement Authority and the things you've helped them with as well.
Yeah, the courthouse was the big project in Cape May, so we were able to kind of reconfigure what they thought was going to be a $80+ million project. We ended up Salem. I'm sorry. We ended up redesigning the building and getting it down to a $33 million project. So
From 80 something?
from 80 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that
no
was
wonder
a
he
big
likes
deal.
you so much.
Yeah, we love working in Salem County. They've been, again, very good to us. Working on the broadband with Salem County, with the City of Island.
That's right.
So that's getting nice legs, and we think that over the next couple of years there'll be some significant progress, and we'll be able to start to connect people in both Cumberland and Salem County via the relationship that Salem and the City of Island have. So that's a big deal. We've been working a long time. I personally have been working on broadband for more than 25 years.
Wow.
Trying to get it here, trying to make sure that people are connected, so people don't quite understand out in the outerlying areas
Right.
of in Cumberland County, people still don't have access to the proper internet that they need in order to go to school, go to work remotely. One of the things that happened during COVID was people realized that, hey, wait a minute, I can actually live in Cumberland County and I can drive to Delaware, New York, Pennsylvania if I'm only going to go a couple of days a week.
Yeah.
And it starts to make sense. And
Yeah.
we socially distance as a matter of course, right? So socially distancing is what we do every day. Right?
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal from that perspective. So we've been working really hard, and I think we're almost there. So that's a big deal.
Super. By the way, the man that I was trying to think of is Will Morey, as Morey's peer. He's the Cape May County freeholder that was bragging up our Cumberland County Improvement Authority, which, again, as a freeholder from Cumberland County, I was like, wow, I'm very impressed. But I'm not surprised. I think Jerry can do almost anything he puts his mind to. And he's talking about starting the empowerment zone. So you had come from Gateway?
I had come from Philadelphia, so I was working for a private developer in Philadelphia at the time, and then came back to Cumberland to run the empowerment zone.
Wow. Who was Sandy? Who was your assistant?
So Sandy
Forsythe.
Sandy took it over, then Janine took it over, and now Denise is running it. So
Yeah.
it's only the only round 2 empowerment zone still in existence and still operating.
Wow.
And still has funds. We were supposed to get $100 million. That was the deal. The government signed the deal to give us $100 million. Long story short, we ended up with $24 million, and 25 years later, we still have an authority and still has funds because they're turning the money over.
Right.
We took the Violin model,
Yeah.
the UEZ model, and instead of giving all the money out, we loaned money out, used it for equity contributions. It starts to revolve itself, and there's still plenty of money that Denise is still lending out to businesses, small businesses, and other entities throughout the county to ensure that we have more than one way to help our businesses here.
Yeah, it's super. Boy, all the people you mentioned have all been helpful in economic development ways, especially, of course, Denise was my favorite banker before you stole her away.
I didn't
Somebody
steal
stole
her. I was
away.
gone by that.
No, you weren't. Somebody stole her away from my cousin Rob Curley at TD Bank. Do you know?
That's funny.
Yeah,
I know TD very well. We have a great relationship with TD Bank, with Rob, with Greg Carlisle, Kevin Gabala.
Kevin Gabala left.
Yeah.
I saw
Not yet officially.
Oh, okay, he's leaving. He's leaving. Sorry,
Coming
Kevin.
soon.
Yeah. Boy, what a great guy he is, too.
Yeah, he'll be
Just-
spending a lot of time in our county, so we're very happy.
Yeah, that's
we're very
true. He
happy
will
with
be,
his
yeah.
new location, and still going to have an opportunity to work with him. So that's a big deal for us.
Yeah, what a great guy.
Yes,
He really is.
he
I mean,
is.
and I'm glad that TD has done well. In fact, as I say, Denise used to be the manager of TD Bank, where we go for our business accounts, and then she got this job.
Yeah.
She's perfect.
She's doing really well.
Really great personality, high energy,
Yes.
type of person. So very fortunate. Boy, you talk about that. I mean, look at with you and Sandy. I mean, you both left, and you've done a phenomenal job for the Improvement Authority, and she for the City of Island.
Yeah, no, Sandy and I have known each other for 30 years, so kind of grew up in the business together, and we butt heads a lot, but at the same time we get things done. Sandy's got great way of getting things done, same as me, right? If
Yeah.
somebody says, if
Yeah.
nobody says you can't, then you can. So
Yeah.
we figure it out.
Yeah,
That's-
you guys do.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
very good at figuring out how to do what needs to be done. And it's been well, think about it. What was the total number of economic development? It was billions or something? You had earlier?
Our impact, our economic impact
right.
is $1 billion. We've developed projects totaling $662 million. That's 54 projects in 10 years.
Wow.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Sure
We
is.
have about $1 million.
Some million a
We have
year.
$1 million at any point in time under construction. So we have 6 construction managers that are working on projects, and there are 8 to 10 different projects that are happening at any point in time. So we're actually venturing out into Hunterdon County, into Burlington
Wow.
County. Special projects working with New Jersey Treasury. We actually built the DMV in Vineland for New Jersey Treasury. So
Oh, okay,
the
that's
DMV
right. I
building,
do
we
remember
own and
that,
lease
yeah.
it to them. We're building a New Jersey State Police Barracks in Commercial Township. They want to take that model. They want to use it throughout the state. So now they're building new state police barracks in different counties, and we're helping them developing those facilities for them in other counties. So that's a big deal. We like I said, if it doesn't say I can't, then we can. One of the things I do want to talk about is the authority, and a lot of miscommunication, misrepresentation about the authority and the Cumberland County Improvement Authority. So we are the Cumberland County Improvement Authority. We've never changed our name. We still operate as the Cumberland County Improvement Authority. The authority is a quasi-governmental entity. We have our own board. As I said, we have our own revenue that sustains the operation. We don't utilize any taxpayer revenue to support our operation. And the authority branding, it's all it is, it's branding, was a function of the fact that we were working with private businesses that wanted to locate here, particularly businesses from international businesses. And so we'd have companies coming in, and they'd watch The Sopranos, and they'd come in and say, well, do we have to meet with the mayor? Do we have to meet with the freeholder? And what happens if they don't like us? And so you had this conversation for weeks about who they needed to talk to and whether or not they needed to make folks happy, and we couldn't get them focused on the project. So we literally decided we were going to change our brand. We went from a gigantic eagle emblem, which looks so bureaucratic it's scary, to our logo, which we have now, our branding, and people don't ask anymore. So now you can have a conversation. Nobody gets nervous. Nobody gets upset. And really, it was just a function to facilitate work, and facilitate new businesses coming to our community. Then that turned into, oh my gosh, they're not really the Cumberland County Improvement Authority anymore. Oh my gosh, because they're working in other counties, they had to change their name. Everyone knows exactly who we are. Everybody knows exactly where to find us. It's the Cumberland County Improvement Authority. We generate revenue, in other counties, and we reinvest in our community. That's what we're supposed to do. That's our mission. Our mission is to make sure that we reinvest in our community, that we take the risks that the private sector can't take. The downtown Bridgeton project, downtown Millville projects are all sites that were brownfield sites. In Bridgeton, it cost us $1 million to clean up the site. A private entity isn't going to take on $1 million cleanup, so we did. Same thing with the Arts and Innovation. Same thing, with the Complete Care facility in Millville, right? So we assembled the properties, we cleaned the properties up. In the case of Complete Care, we turned him over to Complete Care because Curtis is fully capable of building his own building, so he built his own building.
Yes.
In the case of the Arts and Innovation, we built that building. We still own that building. The college still occupies that building.
Right.
And we're trying to do some things with the theater, the Millville Theater Group, and trying to figure out how we can bring that building into, a little more utilization. There should be more feet on the street, more people in the downtown as a function of our facility. And again, we own the building. We don't have the ability to tell people how to operate in the building, but we're trying to bring additional resources and trying to, make an impact, on the downtown.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building, too.
Yeah.
It really has worked out nicely. Talking with Gerard Velazquez from the Cumberland County Improvement Authority. We're back with Jerry to wrap up our show right after these messages.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born right here in America. With more than 41 years of service to our valued customers, Advanced Treads in Norman, New Jersey is South Jersey's full-service distributor of General Tires. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tires, anywhere is possible. Advanced Treads, 1325 West Landis Avenue in Norman, New Jersey. Call them today at 856-696-5004.
Looking for a hidden gem on the other Jersey Shore? Discover the Hotel Charlesworth in Fortescue, New Jersey, where charm meets elegance. Enjoy fine dining, breathtaking views of the bay, and the warm welcome of your host, Sybil. And ladies, every guest gets to pick a free piece of jewelry, most often a beautiful ring. Because perfection deserves privacy. Reservations only. Call 856-447-4928. The Hotel Charlesworth, Fortescue's best kept secret, on the other Jersey Shore in Fortescue, New Jersey.
In Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
The most important decisions a family can make are usually made around the kitchen table. At DeMarco Luisi Funeral Home, we believe pre-planning and the difficult decisions you face with the loss of a loved one should also be made around the comfort of a table, like a family. Our friendly, kind, and compassionate staff is committed to helping you get through this most difficult time. In your time of need, trust DeMarco Luisi Funeral Home, Vineland.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Gerard Velazquez is my guest. He is the president of the Cumberland County Improvement Authority, and they do so many things. It's unbelievable. Jerry, when you think about it, people say, yeah, they're where the trash goes. It's a lot more than that. My goodness, that's one small specter of what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's obviously half of what we do, right? So
Yeah.
you know, the other operation is all the other things we mentioned, but every day the landfill's like a science project. It's, you know, it moves, it deteriorates, things happen. You never know what's coming to the landfill. You know, all different types of things coming every day, and we got a good group of people out there that operate the facility, as I said, as efficiently and effectively as any other. And the fact that you don't hear about it and you don't hear complaints about it means they're doing a great job. So
That's true.
Hats off to
Good
them.
point. Yeah. Never have an odor problem or anything.
Nothing happens without the staff. I mean, and all that we do. I mean, I'm blessed to have a great staff up and down. Everybody works extremely hard. Everybody does a great job. Everybody comes to work and knows what they need to do. And, you know, we harp on the fact that every department is like its own small business. They're charged to go out there and do the best they can every day, and I try and stay out of the way. If I stay out of the way, then we do well.
Jerry, I know sadly you lost a member of the Cumberland Improvement Authority family. You want to tell everybody who that was?
Yeah, Karen Hines was with us for 20 plus years. She was actually the scale manager, and as a scale manager, so everything that comes into the landfill goes over to scale, comes in, gets weighed, comes out, gets weighed. The difference is what you pay. So 100% of the activity at the landfill happens at the scale, and Karen managed the scale, managed the people, managed the trucks coming in and out. So we have 200 trucks a day.
Wow.
So was great. She'll be missed. It's unfortunate, you know, her official retirement day was the same day that she passed away. So
It's a shame.
it's a shame, but she will be missed, and we'll make sure we do something in honor of Karen at the landfill, because she deserved it.
It's speaking of staff, you got a couple hidden gems. Of course, I love Kim Ayers. I mean, that woman. Let me tell you something. When I was the mayor of Millville, Kim Ayers was a major force behind the economic development that occurred with Millville. And you know something too, Jerry? I think you were supportive of this. One of the things I wanted to tell everybody was people get on you, the public. Oh, you're giving a pilot. You're giving them a break. Blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you what. The New Jersey Motorsports Park took all kind of heat because we gave them a pilot to get them in and everything. They bring in thousands of people and tourists. But what's really nice, they now have 60 exotic car garages. They're selling for $380,000 each. So multiply 60 times $380,000. You got a heck of a rateable there. No kids in school, no crime. All that money goes directly to the city, the county, and the school as it separates. But that's one of the good things. And the Union Lake Crossing Shopping Center for Millville got flack on that too. You know, the naysayers, you know that. But wow, that is rocking and rolling. That place is like 95% filled. So
Hey, smart public investment creates opportunity, right? It creates opportunity for new development, creates opportunity for new investment, creates opportunity for ratables, and so again, people can say whatever they want. You can find something
naysayers.
negative to say about anything, but at the end of the day, you know, it's the government's responsibility to facilitate private investment, right? Our job is to make sure that we facilitate private investment, and that's our goal. You know, and again, smart public investment, smart public involvement generates smart private investment, and that's the goal for us all the time in everything that we do.
yeah, and it's been unbelievable, Jerry. When you talk about the impact going up as high as $1 billion that comes in from a lot of the things that the Cumberland County Improvement Authority has done, and like you said, I mean, they did the Millville Library. They've just fantastic. Now you said in Salem County you did the courthouse. So
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
Are they expanding their jail?
So the county, Cumberland County, Salem County, Gloucester County, were going to create a regional jail.
Right.
They decided not to do that. So
I heard the county's going to have.
yeah, the Cumberland County's just made a decision officially to go to Camden County. We're not involved in
Yeah,
that project,
right.
so I don't know too much
Gotcha.
about it other than they've made the decision to go to Camden, and so I guess Camden's trying to determine who else will be joining Cumberland at the facility to be built in Camden County.
Boy, I'll tell you, when I was a freeholder, I remember George Castellini was on with me, and we looked at the cost to operate the jail. It was $32 million a year to operate the Cumberland County Jail. And if you outsourced it, it was like maybe $12 billion. It was so much more money saved, or maybe it was 20, but we saved like $12 million. And I know the freeholder from Gloucester County, they had outsourced to Salem County. And he was telling me, he said, Jim, we saved millions and millions of dollars. Well, first of all, the other good benefit is you don't have the lawsuits coming against you, which you get a lot with a jail, So, I mean, especially if you're outsourcing your people like Gloucester did to Salem County. And, but I guess this regional thing that Camden's doing should be helpful, I would hope.
I would hope.
Yep. You never know. It's one of those situations we try to do that. So what's coming up?
The authority's not involved in the jail, so
Yeah.
next topic.
Yeah. You're not going to build it. That's a good thing. It's expense as well. So what's this? Marketing and
It's just some of the shared things that we do. So the Cumberland Empowerment Zone is working on some AI activities and making sure that we're ready for AI. So this is a training that's being put together with the small business entity and the Empowerment Zone at our location at our building, Lebanon Road. One of the things that people don't realize, so we got a lot of criticism about our building, right? Too nice. A public entity shouldn't be in this nice of a building. Oatley, Sika, Danone, a lot of the new businesses that have come to our community have actually utilized our space for meeting space for months, even years. Sika used our space for years, 2 years before they located or before they started building their facility. So they didn't have a location. So they came to our location and we gave them free space in our training facility. So, our building, while it's a beautiful building, was built for about $325 a square foot, which is extremely lower than most public buildings, almost all public buildings. And that was built, pre-COVID. But we're still building for half, 50%, 60% of what the state's building for. So, the relationship that we have with Treasury is a function of what our costs are versus what their costs would be if they did it on their own. School construction corporation or school development association, whatever they're called now, their school costs are somewhere in the $900 a square foot range. Our school costs are in the $475, $500 a square foot range. So there's a significant savings from our involvement. It's not just saving money on our fee, because our fee is lower, but it's also saving money on the project because we work really hard to make sure that the project comes in less than under budget.
Yeah, and like you said too, we're South Jersey, not North Jersey, so you can get some good value. And who was the contractor that built your building?
So that was Ogren.
They do a lot of
all of our jobs are public bid, so really
yeah.
it's a function of who gets the lowest bid, and we've been lucky enough, fortunate enough to have good contractors. Ogren Construction, Bach built a couple of our buildings, Aliano's built some buildings, so we've had good contractors that have built a lot of the projects that we've developed.
And they're local too, the ones you're naming.
Well, Bach is Pennsylvania. Aliano's local. Ogren's local, obviously. So again, we don't get to choose who the lowest bidder is. They decide who the lowest bidder is based on their number. But Arthur's a great guy, and we do a lot of work with Ogren by virtue of the fact that they're the low bid. Low bid can be great or it can be not so great depending on who the contractor is. But we've had a great relationship with Arthur and Kerry, and getting a lot of things done.
And do you know who is also part of that family? The judge. Judge Van Emden married into the Ogren family. She and her dad Phil have been very instrumental in doing a lot with the Levoy Theater as well.
We're working with Lauren, trying to put some things together between the Arts and Innovation and the Levoy Theater. So
That's
I've
good.
had an opportunity to work with Lauren over the years. She's quite feisty.
Yes, she is. She's a judge for Upper Deerfield, and that takes in a whole bunch of the townships and that type of situation. But she's very, and that's one of the things too that we've talked about. And Jerry, to your credit, you've surrounded yourself with good people. With Jody Harada, you and I were talking about. I mean, that lady's amazing, and she's doing special projects.
Yeah, so Kim and Jody are doing special projects for us, so beware. Once Jody and Kim get on your project, then odds are you're going to be get it done. So
yeah, that's for sure.
We are doing a great job working together. Jody and I, Kim and I, the three of us have worked together for 30 years, but on parallel, never together.
Yeah, right.
So the last with Kim, I've been working directly with Kim for about 7 years now, which has been great. Jody and I have been working together for a couple years together, right? So again, parallel paths. She worked at the county, she worked at the bank. We've always worked on projects together, but never as part of the same team. So now as part of the same team puts a whole new light on it, and actually it's great. Kim, she won't tell you, but she's happy.
We keep talking about her retirement. No,
right,
no,
Kim?
you're not gonna
No
retire.
retirement for you.
No. Boy, I'll tell you what, though. Talk about three great people, Jerry, Kim, and Jody. You don't find anybody better than that. Jerry, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I'm proud
Appreciate
of you, buddy.
it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George Kachia, for producing the show today, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon. Take care, bud. Bye-bye.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.